Greetings and welcome to another edition of the Jacksonville Buzz. I am your host, Adrienne Houghton. Joining me in the studio today, I have Mr. Blake Osner, who is the chairman of the board of directors for Jasmyn, and Loretta Prescott, who is the chief development officer for Jasmyn. And what is Jasmyn, you ask? Well, most of you should know, but we're just about to find out. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So,
good morning.
What is Jasmyn? Tell me what Jasmyn is.
Jasmyn is an acronym that stands for Jacksonville Area Sexual Youth Minority Network, and it is a nonprofit organization that is 30 years in Jacksonville, helping LGBTQ young people who are at risk and in need of really the fundamentals: housing, safety, security, health issues, food. And Jasmyn is there to help these people and to really service them. We also partner with other nonprofit organizations in the community to really give a full package of services for the young people.
Now, congratulations, 30 years.
Thank you.
I mean, that's quite something.
It really is. And I think counterintuitive for people who don't understand how that can happen in a place like Jacksonville, Florida. But our founding director, Cindy Watson, just recently retired, and she was there from the very beginning, signed the incorporation papers at her dining room table, and she's been the leader of this organization ever since until January 1st. So we're thrilled to be able to say that we have grown, we have learned, we have been able to add more services, we've been able to listen to the young people in all that time and see what they need so that we can provide it to them.
So what are you finding that the top necessities are for youth at the moment?
Well, primarily housing at this point in time, yes. We see an awful lot of unhoused young people, and they're mostly 17, 18 and older. We don't see a lot of teen unhoused youth, but we don't do beds where we are. We have front door services, we call them. So we have supports for getting people into housing. And that could be temporary housing, it could be shelter, it could be permanent housing. We've just partnered with a landlord here in Jacksonville who has 6 apartments that are all connected into one sort of big living space that is primarily for our young people. So it's great. It's safe space, first of all, we know that. We work with the landlord to make sure that it is safe for them, safe to get into, safe to get out of. We have partnered with employee resource groups from large businesses all over Jacksonville to furnish and build out those rooms individually so those young people have a dignified place to live and stay. And we help them with some of the rent on a scaled down basis. So we start with providing all of it and eventually provide none of it as they are able to
empower
make do themselves.
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
And helping them find employment or stable employment. Food is another huge area which we help the young people in fact in March is our food pantry month drive, so that's an opportunity to give to Jasmyn, to our food pantry, and it goes directly to those young people, which is really needed.
It's important.
Yes,
it's important.
very needed.
Have you found that there's been any changes in what's needed since the pandemic?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. We found that many young people who identify as LGBTQ+ were not safe in the homes that everybody told them to go into and isolate in, and so they became unhoused. Or they were couch surfing, which is still unhoused. They were sleeping in a car, that's still unhoused. It just wasn't safe for them to be at home. So a large number of people went into an unstable housing situation. That was the first big result of that. The second was that we were working with young people 13 to 17, and we still do, with peer support groups. And because everybody had to be isolated, they stopped coming for those. So we went online. I mean, we found a way to do that. And we have a Discord channel, and we have several telehealth opportunities for them, including mental health, so that we can connect them to the care that they need. And we still do a lot of that. I mean, all of us have this sort of hybrid life post-pandemic, right?
Now, I mean, I've got so much to ask, but I'd like you to come back in the future if you could. The 30th anniversary What are you actually doing to celebrate? Because we've only got like a minute left. So.
It is going to be so much fun, so much fun. We are having a huge gala at the Glass Factory, and we've set it up as Jasmyn's house. So there are vignettes of all the different rooms of the Jasmyn house so that people can go through and experience 30 years of memories, 30 years of services that are provided. And a really fun thing that a lot of people don't realize is the idea of this Jasmyn house comes from the young people. They would say to their friends after school, where are you going after school? What are you doing this weekend? Well, if they weren't comfortable talking about themselves fully and open, they would say, I'm going over to Jasmyn's house.
Oh, that's so perfect.
Yes, like it was their friend Jasmyn. So, so we're celebrating that idea of home and safety and community. And so we're going to have a lot of fun, music, dancing, great food. Several of the past board chairs, we've got a fun activity that we're going to be doing. And of course, we're going to be celebrating Cindy Watson and her 30 years as our CEO and her retirement. Yeah.
Thank you for coming in. Thank you for telling me all about it.
Thank you.
Please come back because I would like to know more. And come back after the gala because then you can tell us how much you raised.
Exactly.
That would be wonderful. Loretta, Blake, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you so much.
And don't forget, if you'd like to know any more information, you can find it on iwannabuzz.com.